So better questions get better answers. Specific questions get specific answers. What I mean by that is when we're thinking to ourselves, when we're talking to others, when we're setting goals for ourselves, when we're trying to achieve something, we're trying to work towards something, if our thoughts and our questions and our goals are very foggy and very unclear in general, then we're not very likely to achieve those things. We're not very likely to attract those things. Just like, look at your brain like a computer. We can use Google as a metaphor. I'm sure you know how to Google. I'm sure everyone Googles. The more specific your terms are, and the more you know what you're looking for, the easier you can find it. You use better words, and the search engine knows what you're looking for, and boom, it pulls it up. Your brain works in very much the same way, in that if you ask yourself very specific, very well thought out questions, your brain will deliver those things to you, whether through dreams or through coincidences or synchronicities or random events or books coming to you or an idea or something. That's how your brain works, and it will bring it to you. But if you're asking very terrible questions, then obviously you're going to get pretty terrible answers. So here's an example that will illustrate it pretty well. Someone who's overweight, they're asking themselves, I need to lose some weight. I should probably lose some weight. I wonder, maybe I should lose some weight. And then those are just very foggy, very muddy ways of thinking, very general. So that person's not going to be very motivated. They're not going to be very, active, and they're eventually going to be very frustrated and very angry because they're not going to achieve what they want to achieve. But if they said, okay, I weigh 180 pounds, or I weigh 200 pounds, how could I lose 20 pounds in the next 2 months? Okay. Then the mind says, how can you lose 20 pounds in 2 months? Boom, here's an exercise program, here's a diet, here's supplements, here's thoughts, here's everything. And then, okay, that gets you very specific answers. Or you say, how can I lose a pound a week for 2 months? Which would be, 60 pounds, 50 to 60 pounds. Pound a week, okay, that's very specific. You can look at, liquid intake, food intake. You can get very specific and you can break it down. It's very simple, but that gets you completely different answers than just saying, I should lose some weight. How can I lose some weight? So some weight is very different than saying, how can I lose 20 pounds in 2 months? How can I lose a pound a week for 2 months? It's two very different things. One is very likely to get you there quickly and pretty easy. So another example would be people with wanting to make money. Most people, you say, how much money would you like to make? I just want to make a lot of money. Okay. So that person's not going to be motivated. They're not going to be inspired to do anything. And their brain's going to give them terrible, if nothing, no results, no nothing. If they say, how can I add, $2,000 a month to my income in 60 days or less? That's going to bring up a whole host of behaviors and thoughts, and things that can actually, happen. Because it's a very specific question, we'll get a very specific answer. So, you can apply this to any situation in your life, whether that's a project you're working on, your relationship, your exercise routine. If you're saying, I want to put on some muscle, okay, well, how much? And in what time frame? And how do you want to do it? Okay, you want to put on some muscle. Well, do you want to, lift weights? Do you want to do, body weight exercises? So you say, okay, well, how can I put on 10 pounds of muscle doing body weight exercises in 3 months, 4 months? There you go. Your mind will deliver exactly how to do that. You'll see it. It'll be so much easier than saying, I should put on some muscle. Which that's where 99% of the people are at with their thinking, is just, I should do this very general thing. And then, of course, they never achieve that because, A, they don't know what they're trying to achieve, so they're never going to figure out a way to actually do it. And they're ultimately going to end up frustrated and angry and just unhappy because they don't have what they want, they feel inadequate, they feel defeated. But it's not because it's not possible, it's just because they didn't ask the right question. And the last example I'll give is, let's say something happens to you that most people would view as negative. So one way would be, why is this happening to me? This is so terrible. This sucks. I hate this. Why is the universe doing this to me? Another way of looking at it would be, what's the lesson in this? What's the opportunity here? What am I not seeing that could be, really positive? It could be a really good thing right now. Just another way of looking at it. By asking those different questions, by asking more specific questions, we get more specific answers, be more empowered, more successful, and more effective. And ultimately, happier. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I will talk to you soon.